introducing us all live. All right. All right, we are live. Hello, everyone out there. Hello, welcome in everyone that joins us here on Zoom in our Zoom room behind the curtain, so to speak, every week. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. And I want to also thank those of you looking in on social media, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube, or another social media outlet, or another ministry that has chosen to share our Sunday morning messages. Wherever you are in the world, you're in the right place at the right time. We welcome you in today. Today is August 3rd, 2025. Just a couple of announcements, and then we'll move into a special treat for today. We have a guest speaker today, Reverend Tené K. Kosmyna, an ordained divine science minister, CEO of her own company, Success Ocean International, a leadership development company, and also primary trainer, senior trainer supervisor for Unity World Headquarters and Silent Unity. Do you want to go to work for Silent Unity? You got to go through today. It's exciting stuff. She does training and leadership development all over the place, all over the world. So we're so happy that she is sharing a message today. We're going to talk about forgiveness. She's going to talk about forgiveness in a different light, because we tend to look at forgiveness as, something we have to take the spiritual high road and do, right? But what about all this stuff that's left in here? And I haven't heard her rehearse this, but I think that's the direction she's going from the write-up she gave me for her talk today. So we're going to get to that in a moment. I want to remind everybody out there that next Sunday is our live date. So if you are joining on Zoom, we will be an hour later next week. We will be at 10 o'clock Central because we will be 10 o'clock Central live in our new space where I think everybody here but one joined us, and it's on Lewis Street in Fort Walton Beach, and more directions in the newsletter and posts on Facebook and all that kind of stuff. But we'll be live, gives us an opportunity. So far, it's once a month we're coming together and joining hands and engaging in fellowship. By the end of this message here today, when we come off of social media, hopefully there'll be a little bit of discussion amongst ourselves so we can find one person that will bring the donuts this week rather than everybody bringing donuts. We had enough donuts to feed all the homeless in Okaloosa County last time. So we're going to get that right this time. We so appreciate and love each and every one of you that joins in and participates. So without further ado, I think that's it for announcements for right now. We'll have some booklets out too. We got a fresh batch of booklets in. So rather than mailing them, we're going to want to see you. Those of you that aren't local, we will get some things in the mail to you. So look forward to that. And I'm going to get us going with our daily word here. And so I invite you to just make that transition into our quiet time and reflection time, where we look to today's daily word, which is truth. The word for today is truth. And our affirmation is, and we'll do this 3 times, I speak my truth with clarity and compassion. I speak my truth with clarity and compassion. I speak my truth with clarity and compassion. Allow these words to be the meditation of your heart. Living in an increasingly polarized world, I am aware not everyone will share my perspective or see life the way I do. As much as I want to live harmoniously with others, I also want to stand up for what I believe, what I know is true for me. I appreciate that others feel the same way about their beliefs. I speak my truth. I center myself in my divinity while acknowledging the divinity of all others. I am honest and grounded, staying steady if someone does not agree with me. Likewise, I receive others truths as I would want them to receive mine. The presence of God is within me. I am a spiritual being living with integrity, speaking words of truth with spiritual power. And from Zechariah, our scripture, Zechariah chapter 8, verse 16, these are the things that you shall do. Speak the truth to one another, render in your gates judgments that are true, and make for peace. And again, I speak my truth with clarity and compassion. All right. Well, with that, I'm going to turn it over to Reverend Tené and invite Tené to come on out and take it away. And I'll just sit in the background and enjoy this.
Wow, well, thank you so very much for that. And as always, the daily word always matches up with whatever we're dealing with in life. And for me today, it is referencing this talk today about forgiveness. So many things Stephen just said about um, speaking your truth, speaking words of truth, having your spiritual power and clarity. It's funny, isn't it, that when we are experiencing the state, occupying the state of unforgiveness, we have the most clarity, it appears, because we know what we are not going to do. So let's get started. I named or titled this today, I don't want to be the bigger person. And I did that because we all have that feeling. We all know at some point in time, we say, why do I have to be the bigger person? They are the ones that did blah, 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 blah. So I want to talk about this today because this is something that every single person around the globe has to deal with. Doesn't matter who you are, what station in life that you're occupying. And I say that occupying because it is a state. It is a mental, metaphysical state that you are occupying, and you really do have a choice to change that state. So let's talk. So, let's put on the perspective right now of something has just happened to you. Okay. And you say to yourself, I don't want to be the bigger person. Not today. Not today after all I have had to endure. Because if I've forgive, I'm letting them know that it's okay about whatever happened. Raise your hand if that comment or if any of these comments below will start to ring a bell. Have you ever, for yourself, wanted forgiveness, but you just couldn't ask for it? Okay? Who has ever wanted to forgive someone and you just couldn't? Yes. It's like you get tight in here, your body, and it's just kind of like something on the inside, it seems, is stopping the words from coming out of your mouth because you are so filled with rage, anger, and just simply, I am not letting them off the hook. And it just won't come out. I think we all have, right? Not one audible sound. Who has ever faked forgiveness to get something that they wanted? Who has ever, I know, it's like everybody, if we went to, I don't know, Idaho right now, the people would be saying the same thing. Who has ever decided that, maybe you faked your forgiveness because you wanted to survive something? Because that's an aspect that we don't think about. Maybe fear of whatever is stopping you from telling your truth at that moment. So you fake forgiveness. So it's a way of protection for you. I think some people have maybe done that. And what about the quiet punishments that you give yourself. You know that you've said something, you've done something, you've thought something, you imagined what you wanted to do to somebody because they were not nice to you. How many people have done that? Right? Well, we all try to justify our reasons for doing something or not doing something. We all try to, well, I believe this, or I'm doing this because of that. Because you want to make yourself okay with whatever the situation is, instead of really staying to your true nature, right? Now listen, everything is in life is a choice. You can forgive yourself or someone else, or you cannot forgive. This talk today is not about saying this is right and this is wrong. This talk today is just to bring to our mind's eye again so that we are fully aware, so we can make the choices that we want to make, because we know that a choice will have a direct path. We call them consequences, but when you make a choice to do something, there are things that come behind that choice, like a magnet. You're going to start to magnetize things. So I just want you to start to think about things. And again, life is full of choices. We struggle to forgive our offenders because why? The main reason, if I can read your minds for a second, is because if we let them off the hook, they're going to absolutely do it again, and nobody wants that. So the questions that I'm going to ask you next are basically, how do I deal with a situation so that I am heard and taken seriously? How do I deal with a situation and not feel like a doormat? How do I deal with a situation and not look weak to somebody, the person that did it to me and others, because everybody's always got that little telescope looking? How do I forgive and not let them, that person who did whatever, stay in my space? How do I do that, right? How do you deal with a situation when you're trying to look calm and cool on the outside, but on the inside, you feel like a volcano? You're going to erupt any second. It's that plastic smile that you're putting on because you don't want the people out there to know that you're about to erupt on the inside in here, right? So this is a little PSA, public service announcement. Please understand that forgiving someone does not mean that you think that their behavior is okay. Forgiving someone does not mean that you are excusing the wrongdoings and letting them off the hook for what they did to you. Forgiving someone does not mean that you are inviting them back into your life. It means that you love yourself first, more than anybody, and you're going to put yourself first. You're going to put your peace first. That's what all this means. For you, you may look at it as, I don't really care about you. I care about me first. Now, genuine forgiveness cannot be forced. It is dealt with on the inside, every step of the way. And, it's not for them so that they can feel, like, oh, I'm so glad that they forgive me. It's, again, if I had arrows and I was like on The Voice where Blake Shelton used to be, and, he would take his fingers and point to himself. Forgiveness is truly all about you, nobody else. So just saying the words that you have to be the bigger person, or hearing the words, you have to be the bigger person, it helps you in one respect because it allows you to be thrust back into alignment, into your core nature, so that you realize that the human, the flesh, is not what it is that you're aiming to satisfy. It is God's nature, your being, your movement, what is behind that costume that we wear every single day. So, I want you to understand also that not every relationship will be salvaged. When things happen to you, being the bigger person means you have to set some boundaries. Maybe that is what is going to help the situation. You just never know. But you have the choice and you know what is good for you. Now, I want you to be open and not set in your ways in terms of your beliefs and why you believe what you believe is leading to why maybe you might be using the unforgiveness as a carrot stick for somebody to continue to have to come to you for, please forgive me. We don't want that either. Yeah, it might make you feel good because you know that whenever you dangle that little carrot stick, that person will go into motion. But that's false. It's really not helping you and it's not helping them. So let's be honest for a minute. Energy, our energy. If I am unforgiving, then I'm angry. And anger is energy. And energy is motion. So when we're angry, we tend to hurl energy like lightning. We do. If you think about it, those words and those actions, just like lightning, are so fast and quick. You just think to yourself, wow, where did that come from? It came from you. In that respect, it's not a weakness, it's a force. And today we're going to talk about how to suppress it, not how to suppress it, but to redirect that energy. Because frankly, we don't want to get ourselves in a world of trouble. In order for us to do anything, we're going to have to deal with what is sitting right below it. And if anybody knows me, you all know, and Stephen and I do this, you have to get to the root of whatever is causing it. Can't do surface work. You have to get to the very bottom of it. So forgiveness isn't just a concept. It's spiritual hygiene. It's energetic hygiene. It's where your prosperity actually begins. It's a clearing of the soul debt and emotional residue that is still there. Metaphysically, it's the clearing of energetic debt. It's a spiritual reset for you. It will restore you to the flow of the God energy that's always there so that you're aware of it again and again and again. You don't forget your vitality, frankly, your divine alignment, and all that is your prosperity. So what is forgiveness? Forgiveness is not a reunion with you and that person. It may be a reunion with you and your remembrance of who you are, not the ego, but the spiritual nature of who you are. It's a release, and then it's a regeneration. If you take a look at the scripture, Matthew chapter 18, verses 21 through 22, it says, forgive, not 7 times, but 77 times. That is always the scripture that comes up for me when I might have a challenge. Always. And I think to myself, yes, that is the scripture, right? So right now, I want you to place your right hand on your heart. And I want you to just whisper to yourselves, I choose freedom over suffering. I choose freedom over suffering. Now, what is unforgiveness? Unforgiveness is stuck energy. It's a debt, emotional condensation, and it blocks our vitality. It masquerades as protection, but slowly poisons you. From one perspective, you can put yourself in the other person's shoes because you want to try to have that understanding of why they did what they did. Sometimes you can get it, sometimes you can't. Don't think about it. But this is a quote from me. Unforgiveness will keep you energetically bankrupt. It shuts down the flow of my divine inheritance. I have royalty, divine royalty. And if I keep unforgiving, then what? I'm shutting down that constant fountain of divine inheritance, and I don't want that. So now let's get into some spiritual engineering or spiritual excavation, unearthing, if you will. As I go through these, I want you to start thinking about how you're feeling when each question comes to you. This is not really the time for you to dig down and write everything. You might have a quick answer that pops in your head, and that's okay. But I want you to think about this now. All right, here we go. Stephen, if you want to play a little music, you can, but quiet music. And this again is unearthing, unearthing. What do I say I have forgiven, but still feel clenched around? What would I say if I didn't need to be polite or spiritual? Where does my body tighten even as my mouth says, I'm over? What phrases do I use to avoid the truth? Like, I'm fine. Oh, it's fine. What part of my identity has been shaped around pretending? Now, those are questions that will start to just take the shovel and get a little bit of the packed soil to start to come loose. But while that is happening, I want you to ask yourself, what good am I blocking by pretending that I am not hurt? And I want you now to put your palms on your belly, your lower belly. I want you to breathe in, and I want you to say, I allow truth with a capital T to rise. Now, we're digging deeper into life, into our life. What emotion do I feel most strongly around the unspoken things? Where do I feel it in my body? What fantasy or payback fantasy do I rehearse continually in my mind? And know that that is not a good thing. What have I ever said out loud or even to myself that I would probably cover my mouth and say, I can't believe that I just said that? What would happen if I fully felt this of what I've said? We know that everything is wrapped up in the nature of the words and the feelings and the intention behind them. So right now, tell yourselves, I forgive and I am peace. And right where you are, I want you to just start to shake your limbs, your legs and your arms, just shake. And if you stand up and do this when you think about it later, stamp your feet a couple of times. Okay? All right. I want you also now to get even deeper. Because don't forget, we're doing spiritual excavation. What have I come to believe about myself from this hurt that happened to me? And what vow did I make that is still active? What does forgiveness mean to me? What identity have I built around this pain? Are you mad and angry and bitter all the time? Are you mean? Are you snarky? What is it? And what am I ready to challenge or rewrite in my life right now? And then ask yourselves, what belief is stopping me and keeping me in a state of being poor in joy? And I want you now to take your right hand to your head and your left hand to your heart. And I want you to say the words, I rewrite this contract that I made. I rewrite it because I'm going to tell a new story. I want you now to think about what boundary was crossed in your life that you never made, you never named, but you know that there was a boundary crossed and you wish you had spoken it and said it. What does this look like if I have integrity intact? Which relationships do I have in my life right now that either need closure or a set of new terms? It's a new contract, a new day, a new story. Now, if this portion is about if someone has passed on, because we don't think about forgiveness if someone has passed, we do, but it can really stick with us. You want to ask yourself questions. What do I need to say to the one person who cannot answer me back? What do I need to forgive them for and then forgive myself in return? What do I imagine that their soul is saying to me right now? And I want you right now to tell yourself, I forgive those who have passed on that I feel who have harmed me because I deserve to live free. I forgive those who have passed on that have harmed me, that I feel have harmed me, because I deserve to live free. And then you just speak this. I release you. I release me. I forgive you, not because you earned it, but because I deserve peace. And I am saying that because I am praising and acknowledging that the God that was in them is the same God that is within me, and that is called perfect love. So that is again my prosperity. And for those of you who love the law of attraction like we do, I want you to remember that if you hold a vibration longer than 17 seconds, it will start to magnetize, matching what it is that you want. And you think you know what you want, check your feelings about what it is that you want. 17 seconds. So be careful. Every time you replay the wound or you recite the betrayal, you talk about it, remember you are planting it back into your soil. You didn't uproot it the way you wanted to, like a weed. You're just replanting it. And I know it's hard. It's not easy. It's easier said than done. But practice will make better. And if it lingers beyond those 17 seconds, you're watering it. Think about it that way. The universe knows to give you what you're feeling. So choose wisely what it is that you're feeling. And I want you to say, because you're writing a new story for yourself, that this story no longer owns me. It no longer owns me. Whatever the infraction was, it no longer owns me. And here is another quote from me, the last quote of the morning here before I show you a practice. The quote from me is, choosing the seed to grow will manifest things either you want or you don't. So again, choose wisely. Now, right now, speak out. I invoke release. And I want you to hug yourselves when you do that, because you're speaking to yourself. I invoke release. And you're releasing whatever seems to be stuck, appearing to be unmovable, appearing to be, it's fixed, it's so solid. It's not, it's all a vibration and a frequency that you're occupying. So you're invoking this release so you can move on. And you're bringing it from the root again. And now you're going to say, thank you, energy, for moving. You're thanking and praising as you're giving it a command. You're invoking the release, and you're thanking the energy for doing the command you gave it, which is to move, circulate. And you say, I forgive because I want my alignment, because I am in alignment. I forgive because I am in alignment. And I reclaim my power now. I guarantee if you do these things, even one or two things that maybe you've written, you'll have some movement. I guarantee it. And you'll be more prosperous than you could ever possibly believe. It's a selfishness. Sometimes that's not the right word, but it is. It's all about you. You want your peace. You want your prosperity. You want to be in alignment again with your divine inheritance. So these are the things that you must do, choose to do, if you want to have the freedom in life that you desire. I am sure that as you have listened this morning, you probably should have received a really great message. God bless you. And so now,
Are you finished? Oh, I'm sorry.
no, go ahead, Stephen.
I thought you were finished.
I am. I was just going to say goodbye to everybody, but you go ahead.
Yeah, everybody here, stay with us on Zoom. That was incredible. Thank you, Reverend Tené. I absolutely love that. Let me click a couple buttons here and come on back. And I just want to say goodbye to all those looking in on social media, on Facebook and YouTube and other ministries looking in. I'm Reverend Dr. Stephen J. Kosmyna. You just heard Reverend Tené K. Kosmyna sharing a message on forgiveness and getting to that stuff that lingers there. I suggest, because we're all about application and action, I suggest that you go back and listen to this again and again and again a few times, maybe 5, 6 times. Make some notes and take these things, apply them in your life, take action on these things that Tanae shared with you. We're all about showing you ways that have worked in our lives to uplift and bring us into alignment with the divine I am, the divine you are. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in each and every one of you. And we thank you for being with us today here at Unity Prosperity Ocean International. We'll see you next week. But remember, next week, 10 a.m. Central for our Zoom broadcast and our Facebook social media broadcast, 10 a.m. Central Time, right here, same place. And those of you in the Panhandle, Northwest Florida, we go live or look for the location on that on our Facebook page, or reach out to one of us and we'll get you the directions live in Fort Walton Beach, Okaloosa County. Thanks for being here. Till next time, this is Reverend Dr. Stephen J. Kosmyna. God bless you.